Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Greg here again. I'm sorry there's been no update on the Amethyst Square Group build. Unfortunately I haven't been well for the last sort of 7 to 10 days. Which I've had a long time. It's just about flare up labyrinthitis, which is basically like vertigo, where your head's just spinning all the time. You feel sick and nausea and all that kind of stuff, so that's why I haven't been about and done much on the diorama. So I've been to the doctors, I've got some certain kind of medication to take, and touch wood, so far I feel a lot better today, so that's why I decided to do the video today. So my apologies, but there will be an update shortly, or I might do the update, or I might just do a final review. I'll see how I get on first. Right, so what this video is for as well is to introduce our new build. Me, Gavin Booth, Paul from Paul's Military Models, Ian Aitken, which is one of Gav's mates, and Steve Jones, I think it's Steve, my apologies if it isn't, and I think Morpho Damon would like to join in as well. He said he would like to enter, and anybody can enter. There's no start as well, there's no finishing date I should say. I think it's going to be roughly about a fortnight's time, I would say, maybe 10 days time, depending on how people are. I don't mind if I can get left behind, I can catch up eventually. So, alright, so we're all going to do a T34 for any description, as long as it's got a T34 in the name, i.e. base, sorry, the lower chassis, it can be entered. So I've got a choice of 3, and I just would like you, kind gentlemen and ladies, to decide which one you'd like me to have a go at. So first one I'll bring in is, sorry about the glare, lay it flat, yeah, is the Zvezda one. It's a new tool, the Zvezda, and it is very nice. You know, it is very nice. So I'll give you a quick look inside. Typical Zvezda, a box with inside a box. I'll get it out now. Let's have a look. Bloody hell, it won't come out. Let's see if we can get it from the other side. Yeah, oh hell, I ripped the bloody outside now. Right, let's pop that just there for now. So, usual Zvezda fair, nice solid box inside. And I bought this a long time ago. It's the mantlet cover and the respirators, the whatever you call it, blind's gone blank again. Well, that's what it is to go on there, and so I did buy that for this kit. And as you can see, I actually did an unboxing of this quite a long time ago, so that's why the screws aren't in the bag. But you've got link and length tracks. It's nicely detailed, I have to say, and you've got, I think it's a choice of, you've got nice link and length track. You've got clear parts, a little bit of storage. I think I've got a bit of PE for this as well somewhere. Link and length tracks. There's a couple of injection marks, but they'll go out, no problem then. There won't be a problem to come out, so that's the only downfall with that is, but most of them, well in fact all of them, there'd be a couple of wisps of fire and they've gone. Yeah. Yes, so they've got nice tracks, and I don't know how many colour call outs we've got. Did you get colour call outs in this one? Must be somewhere in the box. Something again at the bottom. Something at the bottom, and yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, there's the PE. I think I it somewhere. Let's have a look. As with most T34s, there's 2 options. You've got the Soviet Mini Tank 3485 mod 1944, which is this one, and the second is, I think it's in Russian, I can't even tell you what it says on that side, but they are different numbered tanks. That's in Russian, so I can't really tell what it is. Something 1994 as well, 1944. Yeah, same unit probably, yeah, they've got the arrow through, just in a different numbered tank. And obviously with the a white stripe along the sides, sorry, along the top of the hull and turret. Yeah, I thought I had. Yeah, a bit of P just for the grills and that, because I think they only give you a mesh in there and I'm not really keen on that. So that's kit number 1. You will spill things, won't you? Bloody hell. Spent all day yesterday just trying to sort myself out and clean my cave, as I felt a bit better yesterday, so I decided to do that. And I just really spilled a load of pigment. Pretty typical. Right, I'll clean that up a bit after. Yeah, so that's the kit number 1. There's a few little goodies there to do it up, as I say. I like the Vestas boxing because it's nice and solid. Really nice and solid. And these new Vestas kits are pretty special, to be honest. They're really. I've got a few of the newer ones. I've got the T90, the SU100, and the Ferdinand or the Elephant, whichever one it is. And they're really highly detailed. And I got a couple of the new T34 76s as well. So I was going to enter one of those, but I have to say the T3485 is my favourite World War II tank, so that's why I'm going to choose them. So that's kit number 1. Kit number 2 is an fairly old one as well. Sorry, that one's new. This one's old. Is the Academy T3485 number 112 factory production. Again, I say I haven't looked in this kit for a long time. It was in the bottom of the stash, so I picked it up and it says this Korean toy shop. That's where I must have got it from. Right, as you can see, nothing's been touched. We've got choice of 2 turrets, obviously. Yeah, they are different. Oh yeah, it's got a heavy cast texture on that though. You can see the heavy cast texture on that. You can see through the paper. There we are. There we go. If you can see it now. I think that'll have to be sanded down a little bit. That's interesting, the 2 turrets. One must be for a later version or early version. It's interesting. There's a lot of plastic in here. Grab handles, we've got a little bit of P, link and length tracks with basically the same thing, pin marks. So they must be from the same company, I would have thought, as the Vestas ones. We have 2 sets of wheels, obviously the 2 sets of can't see any different apart from the colour. Don't know. Unless I put them in there from an old build, I can't remember. I may have well have done. Yeah, that's another nice kit. And what we got for, we have number 112 factory production Korean War. So we've got the late version and the early version. So we've got Korean War 1950. And on the other side we have 1945 production Berlin. So we've got three markings for the Berlin. We've got 904 Berlin, Germany, May 45, Berlin, Germany, May 45, the Red Army again, and Yugoslavia Spring 1945, Red Army. So we've got 3 options on the on the 1945 side, and we have 3 out 3. Oh, that's interesting. I'll keep them decals for something in the future. That's lovely. And we have 2 versions of the Korean one in 1950 and both 1950, and we have a destroyed North Korean tank. We've got the decals for that. It's saying what it is. It's saying that's I'm going to keep those decals if they're any good. Remember, Academy decals can be a bit iffy at times, but yeah. Knocked out 2nd of July 1950 under the supervision of Major General W.F. Dean. Now that's interesting. Let's have a look at the decals for that. What are the decals up for that? That's interesting, that. Sorry for going on, but yeah, they don't look too bad actually. I don't look, oh, the bag's already up, so they're a bit on the shiny side, but they're nicely done, I have to say. You've got that handwritten sort of effect on the 229, and all the writing is there for the North Korean one. And I say you can maybe see there's not much carrier film around them at all, so which ain't bad. Yeah, so that's another interesting, you know, never realised that was like that. I have this kit, quite one of the first kits I bought actually, this. Right, so I'll put that back in there. And I do have an extra barrel coming for that, same as the Vesda one. I'll go back in there like that, is it? Right, so that's the Academy one. Excuse me. Oh dear. Still a bit fuzzy headed. I have to be careful when I look down and things like that, so it's a horrible experience to have. It really is. It's like being drunk continuously with that sickness feeling all the time. So the only sort of cure, but the only time you get some relief is lying flat in bed. So that's what I've been doing for the sort of the last 10 days really. I was thinking 10 days, something like that. But I've been getting up as well. I did spend an hour or so in the cave yesterday cleaning up the bench a little bit and some other little bits and pieces during the week, not a lot. Let's see, I may do an update tomorrow, see how I've got on. And the last one is the new Riffield one, T3485, model 1945, number 174, factory. So it's cheap kit as well. I think I paid less than 30 quid for it, but nowadays on eBay you can buy any from out of the country, but it slaps this 20% tax on the bloody things, so it's become more expensive unfortunately for us modelers, but can't do nothing about it. So let's have a look what we've got in here. I've bought some bits and pieces again for this, and some that I'd totally forgotten about. This has just arrived today. This is actually for the kit. I came today, and I got another set of that for the grills as well, because that isn't actually in the PE set, which I was quite surprised. Well, it is. Yeah, but that bit isn't though. The actual main grill isn't. Yeah, so that's fine. I got that. I'll put that inside that box actually, so I know it's all there. Easier. I should pop that on the side of that. And these I completely forgotten about. It were in me, I said we'd cleaning through the drawers yesterday. I came across these, which are Panzer Art and this spider wheels, I think, whatever you call them, resin ones. So you could swap some out and use those, depending on, you know, if they're ready for that version, unsure. And again, it's all sealed. I haven't touched this one at all. I've got the stencil I've had in my kit for stash for ages, but I've put it in there so I know where it's at, so we can do, you know, the painted stuff instead of the decals. It's all nice and neat. Lovely detail again, fine detail on Riffield kits. I have to say, these and border models are probably my favourite kits at the moment. But, quite a bit of plastic, not quite, you know, not a lot usually for the Riffield kits. But the wheels are the solid ones, but you have the outer rims as well. It's got a seam line to clear off on them, but you know, we are modelers. The Lincoln length tracks again, and you do get a bit of P in here as well. So that'll go for one of the T34s that I haven't got the grills for. So yeah, there we are. There we are. Sorry about the glare. That came with the kit. A nice texture on the turret, we can see it. Lincoln length tracks, and there's no pin marks on these ones, and they've got that slight sag on the top track as well. I don't know if you can quite see. I don't think you can without taking out the top of the two tracks. You've got that slight sag there as well, which is a nice touch as well. There's a lot of kits are doing that now, so they're fine to use. They really are. really nice detail. And we've got 2 decal bags and a piece of cotton. So we'll take it out of the box and have a look. And there we've got, it must have been an afterthought or something that missing. So we've got the decals again, which are really nice again, look like they're hand painted, so I may not even need to use the stencil. And we have another piece of decals, and obviously there was two that I forgot to do, so they've added those 2. And we have 3 colour callouts. We have the 47th Armour Brigade. It doesn't say what year, so I presume it's 1945. The 63rd Guards Army, Bridge 10th Guards Army, 4th Guards Armoured, and the 7th Guards Armour Corps, 3rd Guard Armoured Army. And they're all for Mr. Gunsey, or Mr. Hobby, sorry, paints, which I have a few of those anyhow, but I did buy, this just arrived as well today. I bought it especially for, I've never used Itaki paints before, but my good friend Paul, he says they're brilliant to use, so I got the lacquer base one to try, see what they're like, and got the levelling thinner and that. So we have dark moss green, 4BA protective green, ZO protective green, dark brown, sand and acrylic temporary white. So you can do the, if you wanted to do winter, you could do winter. So looking forward to trying to use those. Yes, so that's the 3 kits. And I've also bought, well, I saw quite a few kits on eBay, so I thought I'd treat myself with some bits and pieces that I wanted. I've got it coming, I've got some bed spring armour coming as well from Australia. They say they'll be here time I'm ready to build this, so I'm going to look around on the internet and see if I can see any from the 1945, which they probably did. Most of them probably did have the old armour on there, but specifically this kit and the numbered with the decals. If I can find something and the decals don't match, then I've always got the option of the stencil. So that's the kit. A really nice looking kit. It's typical from Ryfield. This will go back in. It goes back in, does it? Right, so that's the three kits. Whatever wins, I'll build. I'll give it, say I've got a fortnight until I haven't really finished the my Churchill. The Churchill is finished, it's just the Dio I'm working through slowly, with obviously not being too clever. So hopefully maybe 2 or 3 days I'll have an update, or maybe even if I get anything done today, I'll update you with it and see how we get on from there. So once again, I'd like to say thank you to all my subscribers, new and old, and I hope everybody is safe and well through this bloody bad pandemic. It's you know, we've never lived through anything like it. It's got to help us. If we'd lived in the bloody dark ages with the bloody Black Plague, how the hell would have coped? But hopefully things will take a turn for the good and we can start living a normalish life again. I don't think it'll ever go back to normal as our old normal for quite a long time, but that's just my opinion. So I won't rabbiz on much more about that. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll see you very, very soon.